Alrighty, what's up everybody? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Anakin Skywalker. Is it worth it? Let's go ahead and talk about that in a second. First off, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new here, welcome to you. If you're not, you know what we do here. How's it going? Let's go ahead and talk about Anakin Skywalker here. We have a couple of tabs up. The photos are not readily available on Sideshow because we wanted to jump on this early. The photos that we are going to be looking at are over here on Hot Toys Facebook page. And we also have another page here for the Hot Toys Sculptor. So stay tuned for that. Right out of the gate, we have that price tag just kind of jump out at you, right? $279. Don't forget, if you're into those flex payments, change that date, double check the number of payments. I usually like to go with the 5th of the month, and I like to go with the highest number of payments as well. So we have that NRD set at $28. Usually you just kind of drop that number, but it looked like Sideshow chose to round up. Instead of 27, they went with 28. Interesting. Now payments start as early as September 5th in 2023, and the final payment in January of 2024. Very long wait time. Speaking of wait time, the expected to ship date, even though that final payment is in January of 2024, they opened up that window ever so slight. So it's January 2024 to June of 2024. That's 2 years, man. That's kind of rough, right? I know it's about to be 2023, so it's kind of 1 year, but it's still a very long time, right? Let's hope things change for the better. Anyway, we know about the figure. If you're familiar with Attack of the Clones, you know where it's from. This description can be seen over on Hot Toys' Facebook page, so if you read through that already, that's pretty much what this is. Now, in terms of what's in the box, we have the authentic detailed likeness of Hayden Christensen, right? It's Anakin Skywalker, we know this. We also have the separate rolling eyeball function, which is Circe. We also have 30 points of articulation, and we have 8 interchangeable hands, including 1 pair of fists, 1 pair of relaxed hands, as well as 1 pair of saber holding hands. This is phenomenal. We don't get this often. And when we do, I feel like it shows what Hot Toys really like. And they become a little biased with their favorites. I don't understand why characters like Anakin will get pairs, but then you get clones and things like that, and they don't come with pairs of hands. But this is perfect. Thank you, Hot Toys. We also have the special package design with the Star Wars Attack of the Clones anniversary logo. And we also have that costume. Now, this is something I wanted to touch on. Now, if you noticed, I pointed out in Padme Amidala's video, the tabards looked brown, but let's go ahead and check out what they have here with the costume. So we have the brown colored Jedi robe, their robes are brown. We have the dark brown colored sleeveless leather-like textured robe. We have the brown colored tunic with the belt, the brownish yellow color under tunic, a dark brown colored belt, 1 pair of brown colored pants, and 1 pair of dark brown colored boots. Now, nowhere in here did I see blue, but keep that in mind for the future. As far as the weapons, we have Anakin's LED lighted blue lightsaber, which is USB power operated. We also have 1 blue lightsaber blade in motion, which is attachable to both hilts. We also have 1 LED lighted green lightsaber, which is the USB power operated hilt as well. And similar to the blue lightsaber in motion, we have the green one, and we also have 2 regular styles of the lightsaber hilts that aren't USB powered. So if you don't really care to light those, you have the standard ones that you've seen in the past. In terms of accessories, we have the 1 interchangeable Mechno right arm, 2 Droid Factory themed diorama accessories, and we also have the design figure stand with the Star Wars logo and the nameplate. Now, they did point out a couple of things down here as well. So the light up function is operated using USB power. The USB-C adapter is included. However, USB connecting cable is not included for the collectible, and the USB-C cable is required. So keep that in mind before you commit and they drop in the future and you just didn't read this part. Unfortunate, but they would have had to jack up the price if they did that, right? Now, again, we don't have photos here, and that's okay because we have Facebook. Now, remember when I said all of that brown, but the tabards here look blue? But in Padme Amidala's video, the tabards look brown? I'm a little confused. I don't know what to believe. Which is it? Because if it's blue, that's amazing. Because that works for me and my my custom Anakin. This is, if you wanted to pick up 2 of these, you could easily swap out this portrait for the Clone Wars Anakin and make a season 3 to 5 Clone Wars Anakin if you wanted to. Granted, you'd have to dye the undershirt there, maybe a darker brown or tannish if you wanted to, but the tabards here, this is what I really need. And if they're gonna go with blue, I welcome it. Now, right out the gate, great, man. This portrait is phenomenal. You can see that there's sort of a furrowed brow, kind of. You can sort of see the indentation there. It's just not what we see with the current Anakins that we have in our collection today. When we look at the outfit and everything, it's just, this is stellar. A stellar announcement. Again, it sort of looks blue here on the tabards, but then when we look here, it's kind of hard to tell. It looks black, right? As we zoom in, the tabards look black and they don't look blue. Very interesting. We also have the rolling eyeball function that Padme Amidala's got, right? That's amazing. Now I'm wondering though, based on the hair, how's this going to come off for us to reach the rolling eyeball function? I am very curious to see that. But as we look closer at this portrait, this is phenomenal. I've got nothing bad to say about this, other than the fact that I wonder how he's going to look next to the previous releases. I know this is Anakin when he was younger, and maybe he didn't have so much anger in him, but you know, he did slaughter a Tusken tribe. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess he would also be cool with it too, kind of. Because of what they did. Vengeance, right? You know, it happens. Regardless, though, I think the portrait looks amazing, and I look forward to having him next to the others. Now, as we start to punch in here, again, from this distance, I'm gonna have to say that this might end up being somewhat of a navy-ish blue, especially based on the packaging as well. The tabards look kind of bluish. I'm okay with that. We also have the Mechno arm, we have the hands that we mentioned previously, the USB-powered hilts, and we also have the standalone hilts with the blades and the blades in motion. Packaging looks phenomenal as well, so if you're familiar with the 40th anniversary of the Empire Strikes Back packaging, very, very similar. Moving on, we also have the other photos here of Anakin. Again, this is just so cool, really cool. I'm so glad that they added the additional hilt there that he borrowed for the fight at the end of Attack of the Clones. It's got sort of like a Darth Maul, yet Obi-Wan, Luke-ish appearance here. I never actually paid that much attention to that hilt since it was just kind of a borrowed tool. This arm is so cool though. I really like that they added this, and I'm glad that there's a continuity issue here, right? Because with the other arm that we receive later on, you don't have the rest of that fleshy material. If we look here, let's zoom in. The arm sort of starts here versus the other arms that we have previously start up here. Very interesting choice, but I'm not mad at that because, you know, you're not really supposed to be seeing that anyway. At least from the material that we saw, he never showed the entire arm, right? So I'm cool with it. It doesn't appear as if the fingers can articulate, at least here in the prototype, but I'm okay with that. We didn't really see him utilizing this, but as I read through Brotherhood, he flexed his fingers a bit. You know, he had sand in his gloves and he flexed those. So I would have liked for those to be articulated. Let me know what you all think down below. If you think that's maybe too much, or do you feel the same way? Let us know down below. As we move on, again, we have the molded neck, right? But they pulled off motion and him sort of being in this attack stance really, really well. I'm not mad at that. And I really like, it looked like they brought back the wires and the tabards too, so that's a plus. Same photo, just a little bit different. And again, you can't pick up one without the other, right? This is a really, really good looking figure. I'm very excited to have this. I don't know about you all, but I almost want to pick up two, but I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit because all I need is one, and I just need to find the clothing and the tabards, at least for the upper portion of my other Anakin. That's really all I need, so wow, he looks, this is an amazing figure. I don't have anything bad to say about this. When they mentioned the Jedi robe though, I'm guessing this is what they meant because Sideshow kind of separated them a little bit. If we look at the costume, dark brown colored Jedi robe, dark brown colored sleeveless leather-like text. Oh, you know what? This might be the tabards. I take it back. They might be talking about the tabards here. Okay. We'll just go with that because this kind of look pleathery, and you know it is sleeveless. Then what is the dark brown colored Jedi robe? I don't know. That might be a Sideshow error. Phenomenal. Great pose. This is a basic pose, but it gets the job done. Effective. Phenomenal portrait. Really glad to have the earlier iteration of Anakin's saber as well. Wow. Just the Sir system just add that extra bit on top of it. So good. Finally, we have Padawan Anakin, and hold on. Count Dooku. Now, I know a lot of people might be excited for this one, and chances are if I pulled over that the chat there, people are going to be screaming for a reissue. This is amazing to see, and I can imagine collectors who already have this figure waiting for Anakin for this specific display, that's going to look amazing. Now, are they going to reissue Count Dooku? I don't see why they would, but they could come out with a younger version of Dooku because of Tales of the Jedi. But I'm not going to rule out them reissuing Count Dooku because he was in Attack of the Clones and the anniversary is coming up. I don't know. Would you all like to see Count Dooku? Let us know down below. I can't rule it out, but I don't really see them doing it just yet. Let us know what you think. This is cool though. I love this. And we have Anakin again without Dooku. So good. Looks like we got the butterfly joints, a little twist in the abs there as well. Wow. This is wow. They knew what they were doing. You know, they provided a lot of photos. They also provided the ones with Padme Amidala in them as well. Just a couple of points here that I want to make. $279 in comparison to Padme's $270. When we look at what we have here in terms of the accessories, we have a lot more here. I think that $279 that's good. Spoiler alert, it's worth it. I'm sorry. I know it might be a little too high for some, but I think if you have 2 USB powered hilts, you have the separate rolling eye function, you have the Mechno arm as well, you have your pairs of hands. Come on, $279, come on. I'm just glad it's not over $3. I know technically when you add tax and shipping, it'll be over that, but they could have easily said $315. It's Anakin Skywalker. They'll pay for it. $315. They could have said that. I'm so glad they didn't. I picked this up. I got it locked down already, so I'm good to go. Let me know if you all picked it up. And if you think $279 is a little over budget, or do you feel like it's a steal? Let us know what you think down below. And keep in mind what's included. Now, before we sign out, though, I do want to point out who the sculptor is for this portrait. And it's the same person who created, or who helped, that is, with the work of the next Anakin Darth Vader portrait that we'll be seeing soon. Phenomenal job. Teo Kang, everyone. Their Instagram profile will be linked down below in the description. If you're interested in following them and supporting their content here, go and check them out. Great artists. Now, with that said, Anakin Skywalker, $279. What do you think? Is it worth it to you? Is it, I got my Anakin. I'm good on this one. Let us know down below. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors, and as always, if you like the content, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to check out our room tour. We dropped that last week if you're interested in that, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.